I've said so many times on this floor that I remember my days as a prosecutor in Vermont. I usually say it this way: I remember going to crime scenes at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. I remember seeing people being taken out in an ambulance, barely alive, battered to within an inch of their life. But I especially remember those who didn't even get that far. You're lying on the floor up against the wall, waiting for the medical examiner to come, pronounce the body dead, allow the police to collect evidence and move them. And Mr. President, during that time, no police officer ever said, is this victim gay or straight? Is this victim an immigrant or Native American? But they said, as I've said so many times on the floor, a victim is a victim is a victim. How do we stop this from happening to somebody else? How do we catch the person who did this? Law enforcement wants tools for after the fact, but they want even more, what we have in here, something to stop the abuse from happening in the first place. And every day that we do not pass legislation on how to prevent this violence and assist victims, people are suffering. So I hope that all senators, Democrats, Republicans, Independents will join with us. I've spoken often of Senator Crapo's long-standing commitment to victims. But also I've spoken often of the support of Senators Mikulski and Murkowski and Murray and Klobuchar and Coons and Collins and Shaheen and Franken and Hagan and Casey and so many others who have joined to help to shape this legislation and have worked to help pass it. And I appreciate also the support and assistance of the National Task Force to end sexual and domestic violence against women and its many member organizations whose insight has been so critical. And I thank the Vermont Network Against Domestic and Sexual Violence. I am so very proud of them. They've done great work helping victims in Vermont with support from the VAWA programs. They've been a leader in developing and supporting this legislation. In fact, Mr. President, I ask consent to include in the record at the conclusion of my statement a letter organized by the National Task Force and signed by more than 1,300 national, state, and local organizations supporting this important bill.
Without objection, so ordered.
I thank the presiding officer. And since we first passed the Violence Against Women Act nearly 2 decades ago, states have strengthened criminal rape statutes. Every state has made stalking a crime. The annual incidence of domestic violence has dropped more than 50%. We have something here that's been a success. We've helped to provide victims with critical services like housing and legal protection. We have to remember these aren't just statistics. These are thousands of lives made immeasurably better. I might say, Mr. President, because of the work, these are thousands of lives that are still lives. They're not statistics of people murdered. All the provisions in our bill were developed with the help of victims and with those who assist them every day. They're common sense measures. They'll help real people. Every prosecutor, every support group, all will tell you that it's past time for Congress to enact this bill to help provide help to victims of domestic violence and rape. We can make these concrete, important changes in the law. We can do it this week because, you know, Mr. President, I've been involved in this for years. I've seen the results of what we've done. I've seen the lives that have been immeasurably better because of what we've done. I've seen the lives that have been saved because of what we've done. There's really no reason under earth to delay further.